This is gonna be fun. There was paint protection film installed on this, and they did ever so small. They did a piece here, and they did a small piece there. Typically they call those door edge guards. So they'll take a small piece like that and wrap it along the door edge guard. So we got a hot water kettle cooking. We're gonna pour some hot water on there and take that paint protection film off the vehicle ever so slightly. It's also up here. It went way out, then back in. Just hoping they didn't trim that on the car with the knife. That's always fun when you see somebody else cut into the paint, but we're gonna take the film off. Hot water tea kettle from Walmart. Just real nice and gentle. A little more water. Got the water, we got the time. We're gonna. When it gets warm, it becomes kind of a little more elastic. I didn't do the work, I didn't touch the car on this, so I don't know what type of film they're using, or is this some cheap Chinese knockoff film that somebody tried to save a couple bucks on? Did they put adhesive promoter on here, which is a big no-no? I mean, you never know when you touch somebody else's work, so let's just keep moving around this car here and see what happens. This is the same way we remove paint protection film if it was on the full vehicle. We're lifting at a shallow angle, so I'm not pulling down like this, but I'm pulling up in a way that'll help. That white line there, it's not cut paint. That's just the polish from when I was running the polisher over there. So we'll come back and touch that with some adhesive remover. That piece is good. Everything's good there. There's just a little piece of adhesive still stuck there. That's okay. We're gonna take that off with adhesive remover. So we have the door done. I had a little over 3 hours just getting that door done. Was it gonna take 3 hours to do every door? No, it's not. We spend a lot of extra time figuring out the process, if you will, the pad polish combination to deal with this paint. That's always to be expected on the front end. We'll do that. Not a problem there. Spent extra time doing the clay bar. We're gonna do clay bar on the other side before we even polish it. And my stress level is way down at this point. I got the paint protection film off the vehicle. Paint protection film should come off the vehicle without an issue. The only times there's ever an issue taking paint protection off the vehicle is when it's really, really old, and you're gonna notice that. It's gonna be 10, 15 years old. If it's 15 years old at this point, the stuff that was sold at that time doesn't have a top coat in it and probably had a 3 to 5 year lifespan. So it's probably, we're talking 3 to 5 times its lifespan. So it's way overused. If it's cracked, that's nasty. The other issue with paint protection film when you're taking it off the car is if the car has ever been resprayed at a body shop. So paint protection film is designed to come off OEM, original equipment, factory paint if it was done right at the factory. So that means proper prep work, even at the body shops. If you're dealing with a reputable body shop, you're gonna be able to take the paint protection film off the vehicle and not have any damage. We just showed you that here. Paint protection film on a brand new vehicle with factory paint, 5, 7, 9 years later, you should be able to take it off no problem. Then the original paint's there, everything is good. So that's not the issue. The only issue is if it's ever been resprayed by a body shop and everybody's doing things for time and cost now. And if it wasn't done right, then you're gonna have an issue with it. So don't worry about putting paint protection film on your car and having it, these horror stories with that. So again, I didn't touch this vehicle before. I don't know the history of it. There's always an inherent risk taking the film off, but everything went well today. We're good. Customer's gonna be happy. We can continue on. We're gonna clay bar, we'll polish up the rest of the vehicle, and then we'll wash it down and do paint protection film. So we just obviously finished up polishing the first quarter of the roof. Going to bring you in and show you the results. This is as close to a 50-50 shot as you can get. I don't like putting the tape on there because it always leaves a line. I think if it's damaging the vehicle, there's really no sense in me doing a 50-50 shot before and after. So this is kind of the before. Customer came in after we polished the door down, before we did the hood, the roof. There's still a section. There was a real light, there's a scratch right along this edge here. I went after it a couple different times. We were able to improve, not remove that scratch there. You know, the customer did come by, we talked to him. He's looked at the results, he looked at the door. We talked it over, what the work's been done. We could go wet sand this and grind on it and polish it, or compound and polish and compound and polish, but I want to leave the paint on the car. That's what we're doing here. So that's what you're paying your professional for. It's not when to start, it's when to stop. That's the mark, I believe, of a good craftsman. They know when to stop and not push it and damage the vehicle. We'll finish up this half of the roof, do the quarter panel. When the customer's here, we talked about the work. We're gonna do PPF on the full rear bumper now, just not the quarter back end. So we'll do the full bumper PPF. So we'll polish up the quarters, we'll polish up the door, we'll polish up the roof, and then we'll be ready for PPF. Getting ready to go this morning. I got the cart all cleaned up. Got some fresh pads up at top to put on the machine. All the dirty pads went over to the bucket, sprayed them down with all-purpose cleaner. We're gonna let those set, dwell. We'll pressure wash them, clean the pads up later. That's how we keep the pads, so we can reuse them. We don't have to use a brand new pad every time. For this vehicle we did, because we did have brand new pads. So today's plan is we're gonna polish off this section, the back there where it says a Ferrari emblem, and then we will come around, polish the driver quarter panel, driver door, and then top of the roof. And we should be good to go. So we're just gonna jump into the work, we'll get it going, and let's do it. We live and die by the light here, so having the light is great for the paint corrections. Having light, when we put the diffuser on it, it's really nice for doing the ceramic coating, so we can see down. We have adequate light coming from the top, but we need to improve the light source coming from the side of the vehicle. We can move this around. We'll put the diffuser on, that'll help the ceramic coating, so we'll inspect for the high spots a little easier, catch those, and then we can even set this up and flood a bunch of light coming in on the front of the bumper, the rear of the car, and we're doing the rocker panel. So if the tools and the money help produce a quality result, I'm all for it. So I found that high quality tools, high quality product, high quality polishes, high quality washes, high quality ceramic product, coatings, high quality ceramic coatings, high quality paint protection film, that all stacks up and leads to a great result. Okay, so we got the Ferrari moved around. It's all polished up. It's ready to go for the ceramic coating. So we're gonna use some Geon foam, real light. I already wiped the car down, but we're gonna wash it down one more time and blow all the polish off the car. We'll get it clean. We'll get it up on the race ramps. Then we're on the PPF. And we take our time, double check for safety. The last thing you want to do is hurt somebody or damage a vehicle when you're moving stuff around in the shop like that. So wheel chocks. Both wheels are chalked up, they're secure, so parking brakes on the vehicle, wheel chocks are there, everything's safe, we're ready to work. Once I get the vehicle in, I just like to open the doors. At this point, I'm making sure that somebody's not gonna open that door and bang it into a column or bang it into another car. Little things we learn or think about, extra steps we've built into the process to ensure your vehicle is gonna be safe when it's here at Immaculate Paint Protection.
For packages, pricing, and more, visit us at ImmaculatePaintProtection.com.